What made you so determined?
Roll 6 tracking.
I'd like to ask you about this.
I'm ready.
This cat is nasty.
Cat, a deadly new drug clawing its way into America's heartland.
The kids don't realize what they're putting in their system, and it's going to kill them. And it's going to kill them real quick.
This mother is on a crusade to avenge the death of her son by busting every drug dealer in town. Curse of the Cat.
He had put his hand on my leg when I was up at his desk.
This student told cops her high school teacher made sexual advances towards her.
Started talking about photographs and about sex.
Now others say officials knew he may have done it before.
Please don't touch our camera.
Bill McGowan investigates the school for scandal.
I got one question on the first stand-up.
Okay.
I'll record.
If you are owed child support, you are not alone.
A new TV show gives deadbeat dads their 15 minutes of shame.
I just want him to realize he's hurting his children.
Meet the desperate moms buying time on Make 'em Pay TV. Plus, the self-defense instructor who some say hits below the belt.
To say no. To say no.
And Wanda reveals why she's a one-man woman.
I'll rock your world.
Hello, everyone. I'm Maureen O'Boyle. Welcome to A Current Affair Extra. There's a killer loose on the streets of America. It's a toxic new designer drug called methcathinone, or CAT. It's cheap, it's deadly, and it's so addictive that young people are poisoning themselves just to get high. But now one brave woman who lost her own son to drugs is sounding the alarm. Terry Willesee met the mother who's fighting the curse of the cat.
This cat is nasty.
Cat, the street name for a new, cheap and deadly drug that's clawing its way into the American market.
It's so new and addictive that people don't even know what they're putting in their systems. We knew nothing about this drug, and it was eventually spread like wildfire.
I could see it actually becoming a substitute for cocaine.
America's latest designer drug for the masses, concocted from common household chemicals, comes not from the back blocks of the big city, but from Michigan's rural Upper Peninsula. However, experts say CAT could soon be coming to a street corner near you.
I know that it is in Wisconsin. I know it's in Illinois because the people make it and then they push it. But the thing is, they don't realize they have it, and they test it for cocaine and it comes back negative. Well, it's not, it's CAT.
This housewife and mother of 8 children may seem to be an unlikely expert on CAT and Michigan's drug scene, but in fact, she was a part of it. Wendy Stanek worked undercover for the cops.
Wendy, what made you so determined to go undercover?
My son got killed. I was positive that drugs were involved.
Wendy's 15-year-old son, Ryan, was killed in the summer of '88 in a car crash after getting a ride with some local youths. She believes one of them, under the influence of marijuana, caused the accident. Wendy Stanek set out to bust every drug dealer in town.
If I heard somebody was selling, I'd call them and see if I could get a buy. And out of, I bet you 60-some people, only one person told me no.
Didn't the locals think it a little strange that you were out trying to buy drugs when your son had just been killed in a drug-related accident?
I think they thought I flipped. My phone was ringing off the wall. In fact, it got so bad that I had to tell them to quit calling the house because they would call, and then my kids, they didn't know what was going on. They thought I was doing drugs.
Wendy was setting up strangers and friends alike in an undercover sting that was to turn her town of Crystal Falls upside down. Her efforts sent 17 drug users and dealers to prison. Local Under-Sheriff Cindy Barrett.
Wendy was like a dream come true. She knew a lot of these people. She'd known them her whole life, and she was able to get into this scene.
Threats against this crusading housewife were frequent, sometimes even chilling.
It was a picture of a mother with a little baby on her lap, and it said, "They're going to boil me and my kids in a vat of water." I said, "It's going to have to be a big vat of water to put all 7 of us in, or 8.
When Wendy Stanek was working undercover, she was buying drugs such as marijuana and cocaine, usually from small-time dealers, people from whom she had no great fear. But since then, there's been a dramatic change in the drug climate in this area because of the introduction of a new manufactured drug called methcathinone, or CAT. It's highly profitable, it's cheap to produce, and it turns its users into unpredictable and violent people.
This is a whole new ballgame. This isn't like it was before.
Michigan State Trooper Paul Heitman.
They don't eat, they don't sleep, they're high on it for several days. They don't seem to care about themselves. They become paranoid. Very dangerous people to deal with, carrying weapons.
America's deadliest breed of cat first reared its ugly head in Russia. Now it's here, being secretly brewed in basement laboratories, in cars and in the backwoods. But what is most frightening about this chemical cocktail is what's in it.
This cat is manufactured with different chemicals, paint thinners, acetone, battery acids.
So it's a very volatile mix.
Yes, it is. It's a very volatile mix. And in fact, these chemicals are considered a toxic waste.
I don't know how their systems can keep on tolerating it without the whole body shutting down, but they just keep on going.
So why would anybody risk taking such a toxic drug? The answer is because it's cheap. $25 buys a high that can last for days.
You're constantly doing it. You're doing line after line after line all day long. When you crash, you're out, 3-4 days.
This man, convicted for using cat, quit his year-long habit the day he discovered his teenage daughter was also using the drug. Cat abusers have been described as looking like the living dead, ashen-faced with scabs and sores around their noses.
Seen guys 250 pounds going down to 125, 30, 40 pounds. Pregnant women that don't even look like they're pregnant.
The drug acts much like amphetamines. In other words, or speed. It can cause high blood pressure, followed by low blood pressure. It may cause great temperature elevation, hyperthermia. It may cause seizures or strokes or heart attacks.
It's not the kind of cat that's a friend to you. It's the kind of cat that can hurt you. It's called methcathinone.
In the classrooms of Michigan's Upper Peninsula, the warnings are going out. The reality is these children are having to be taught that CAT can also spell death.
This is his hat. This is what he had on. This is his glove. And that's him, and that's all I got left.
The ashes of her dead son are a constant motivator in Wendy Stanek's continuing anti-drug campaign. Her main target now, cat.
The kids don't realize what they're putting in their system, and it's going to kill them. And it's going to kill them real quick.
Wendy is no longer working undercover. She's now working with state legislators to change the law. Incredibly, in Michigan today, possession of cat is not illegal unless it's for sale. There's lots more still ahead on A Current Affair Extra, including the outrage over the teacher accused of making sexual advances toward students, yet no one stopped him from teaching again.
I was a victim by what he did to me.
Meet the young women who told cops their art teacher had graphic designs on them.
He'd bring me back to his house, and I'd take pictures in lingerie.
One is for failure to pay $23,350 in court-ordered child support.
And the new cable TV show that lets you get even with deadbeat dads.
If it takes something this drastic, I'll do it.
Got stranded once. Never again.
Look, there's a reason more people go